Okay, so making your way onto your mat and bringing yourself to the bottom end of your mat. So when you lay down, your head's not going to come off the mat. So let's just start off with having a nice little sort of stretch through the body. Always starting off with the feet, so making sure that they're level and you're not falling out or falling in. And just have a good feel and sort of just check that it's nice, even pressure through the soles of your feet or the balls of your feet and into your heels. Holding onto the front of your shins or front of your knees. We're just going to ease the chest forward, draw the shoulders back, and try to elongate the spine as if you've got a piece of string, pulling you up nice and tall. I'm just going to try and straighten up through the back. Take a nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale, start to bring the belly in, curving through the spine and slowly lowering yourself down onto the mat. And think about how evenly you're bringing that down onto the mat. Once you get down to the mat, just draw your shoulders apart, widening your shoulders and increasing the surface area on the mat. Getting in a nice comfortable position. Just bring your feet in a little bit closer. And we're going to start off with our pelvis. So we're going to rotate our pelvis and go through that range of movement, loosening up the lower back, but also to try and find our neutral pelvis. So starting off, draw your shoulders down, inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to rotate the pelvis. So we're going to tilt the pelvis so we're imprinting the spine into the mat. Just a small movement, first of all. And then on the inhale, rotate the pelvis the other way. So we're creating an arch in the back. Just a small one, first of all. Relax the shoulders, don't let the shoulders rise up. And again, with that inhale, just rotate through, slightly squeezing in the bottom to imprint the spine and keep that going. And then inhale, just taking that arch a little bit further. And as you go through that range of movement, I want you to think about how the body's moving through that movement. Is it jolty? Is it dominating from one side rather than being even all the way through? Back to that inhale, take that stretch a little bit further. And as you go through that movement and you're focusing on the pelvis, the shoulders can rise up. So make sure you draw them back down. Exhale, squeeze. And one more nice big stretch through that lower back. Inhale. And then when you're ready, we're going to find that halfway point. So just check in with your hand under that curve of your back, so you can just about fit them fingers under there. If it's too much of a gap, we need to just rotate that pelvis back a little bit, or if it's struggling, get your fingers under, rotate round so you can just get them under there. And also, if you've got a bowl of water on your pelvis, we want to make sure that that bowl of water is not spilling out from left to right as well. So making sure the pelvis is nice and level. Up to the shoulders again, draw them down. We're going to inhale through our nose and we're going to visualise that coming into the sides of our ribs. Our rib cage is going to expand. Relax the shoulders. And then slowly release the exhale. And again, inhale. Rib cage expand. Relax the shoulders. And then exhale, using the belly. Rib cage closing in. Keep that going. Nice big inhale. And using the belly to exhale. On the next exhale, we're going to engage the core. So what we need to do on that exhale is draw that belly button down. So that's engaging the transverse abdominis. And then on the inhale, I want you to relax. Again, exhale, draw that belly button down, engaging the transverse abdominis, so it's like that corset of muscles around your waist, go nice and strong, all the way to the end of the breath. Inhale, relax. Again, exhale, draw that belly button down, locking, going strong all the way through that corset, go to the end of the breath. Inhale, relax. Now the next one, we're going to include the pelvic floor muscles. So exhale, draw the belly button down, engage transverse abdominis. Now lift the pelvic floor muscles, so that hammock of muscles, lower down, keeping everything nice and in line, holding that contraction, going all the way to the end of the breath. And then remember, inhale, relax everything. So we can then feel the two different contractions. So exhale, transverse abdominis, nice and strong. Lift the pelvic floor muscles. Hold that strong from top to bottom and all the way round, going all the way to the end of the breath. One more time. Inhale, relax. Last one. Exhale, transverse abdominis. Lift the pelvic floor. Hold that contraction. And we're going to keep that nice and strong. But now on this next inhale, we're going to keep that contraction. So we're going to go to normal breathing and keep that nice and strong. So we're going to start off with a couple of little small exercises, just so we can add movement whilst keeping this core nice and strong. And then we'll take it on into some tabletop exercises. So relax the shoulders. Core is strong. We're going to inhale. We're going to slide the right leg out along the mat. So keeping the heel in contact with the mat. Inhale, stretch out. Now use that core to pull that knee back in onto the left side. So inhale, sliding the leg out, nice and slow, nice straight movement out. And exhale, straight movement back in. Use that core to lift that back in, relax the shoulders. Keep that going onto the right. So inhale, stretch out. Exhale, draw that back in. One more time on the left. Inhale, out. And exhale, pull that back in. Right, well, whilst keeping that core still engaged, we're going to take the right leg, then the left leg up into the tabletop position, and then take them back down again. So what I want you to do with your pelvis, we can go neutral pelvis, or we can slightly rotate that pelvis a little bit, just to protect the core, to protect the spine and engage the core a little bit more. So as we bring them legs up, we just want to make sure we've got that core fully engaged. When we're ready, we're going to inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the right leg up, then the left leg into the tabletop. Go to the end of the breath. And inhale, take the right leg down, followed by the left leg. We're going to go again, starting with the left. So left leg up, and then the right leg, and now left leg down, and then the right leg down. Again, starting with the right leg. On that exhale, lift. 1, and then 2. Down with the right. Inhale. And then back up with the left. Keep that core nice and strong. Just working with your breathing. Back down with the left. And excellent. So now we're going to go back up. So this core is still nice and strong. What we're going to do, we're going to bring the knees together. And we're going to do knee openings. So we're going to take the right knee just out to where you feel comfortable. Keep that right angle, keep that knee fixed. And we're just going to open the knee to where you feel comfortable and then bring that back in. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale, slightly open that knee. Don't let it affect the rest of the body. Now exhale, pull that knee back in, over to the left side. Remember, don't let it affect the rest of the body. We don't want the body to rock as that leg comes out. It is purely just the leg that is moving. Keep working with your breathing. So inhale out, exhale, pull that back in, keeping it going. So inhale out, relax the shoulders, exhale back in, And we got 4 more. Use the core and the breath. Making sure we keep that nice right angle in the leg. The knees are above the hips. We've got 2 more. Same again, just go to where you feel comfortable. Don't let it affect the rest of the body. 1 more on this side, then we'll go double. And exhale, pull up. So just making sure that pelvis is engaged, like that pelvis is slightly turned, so we protected our back. When we're ready, we're going to inhale, take both legs out, just small movement, and exhale, pull them back in. Keep your palms down for support. So inhale, take out. When you're ready, use that core. Exhale, bring that back in. So flatten that core nicely. Keep that going. Inhale, out. Keeping the right angle. Take the top position in them legs. And we've got 4 more. So inhale, out. Exhale, pull back in. 3 more. Relax the shoulders. 2 more. Really use the breath. And 1. Slow, controlled movements. Keep the legs in the tabletop. 1 more exercise. Touch the ears. Bring the head and shoulders up into the crunch. Fully engage that core, so we're not taking the tension in the neck. We're going to inhale, take both legs down to the mat. Exhale, pull them up. We've got 3 more. Let's finish this off. Inhale down. Exhale, pull up. We've got 2. Keep that crunch. Inhale down. Exhale up. 1 more, nearly there. Inhale down. Exhale, pull up. When you're ready, bring the feet back down. Arms overhead. Stretch nice and long through the body. Take a nice deep inhale, stretch, lift the rib cage. And slowly release the exhale. Well done. How was that? Just need to put a thumbs up. Well done. That's it, I can see it, well done. Good. So that was a nice little combination of keeping that core nicely engaged. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our bridges. So we've got a couple of exercises to do with the bridge, and then we're going to finish off with a lateral movement, like what we've just done, similar with the tabletop exercise. We're going to try a little bit of that in the bridge. So remember, keep them shoulders down, nice and relaxed. Bring the feet in a little bit close to the bottom, because we want to be able to get those nice range of movements, get them hips up. Keeping the palms facing down for support. We'll start off with that pelvic curl in the pelvis, and then bringing that up into a bridge. So when we're ready, we inhale, feet nice and flat. Exhale, start to curl the pelvis, peeling the spine up off the mat. Let's just do that a couple of times, and then we inhale, bring that back down. I want you to focus on getting the back of the rib cage into the mat first of all. Curve of the mat, and then unfold the pelvis. Relax the shoulders. Up you go again. Curl the pelvis, peel the spine, squeeze it in the glutes, taking it up to the top. Use that exhale. Now reverse that back down, nice and slow, keeping it controlled. Rib cage down, small of the back, unfold the pelvis. Because we're going really slow, you'll feel a lot more different jitters. The body trying to hold that position, using more muscles to keep everything going nice and smoothly. And bring that back down. Small of the back, unfold. On the next one, we're staying up. So exhale, curl through the pelvis, engaging the core, lifting up, keeping that nice and strong. hold this bridge position. So we're aiming for a nice straight line from the knees down to the shoulders. We don't want to overstretch. We just want a nice soft line from the knees down to the shoulders. What we're going to do, we're going to do some knee lifts. So we're going to come onto the right tiptoe, making sure the hips don't drop. So we're going to try and keep that line. We're going to fix the knee, pivot at the hip. So when we're ready, inhale. Exhale, lift the knee, keep the toe nice and pointed. Staying on this side for 4. Inhale down. Exhale up. Try not to let the body fall to the right. Inhale down. 2 more. Exhale up. And 1. When you're ready, place the foot down. Let's do 4 on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, point the toe. Pivot the hip. Fix the knee. Inhale down. Nice and slow. Keeping that nice and controlled. Exhale up. Don't let the hips drop. 2 more. One more. Place that down. Now what we're going to do, we're going to straighten out that right leg. So that's nice and straight. There's a little bit of an arch. We can feel in that back. So try not to push too high up. Relax the shoulders. Point the toe. Nice straight leg. Straight legs coming up. Inhale. Don't let the right hip drop. Exhale. Taking that leg up to where you feel comfortable. Inhale. Bringing that down. We'll do 4. So that's 3. Exhale up. Nice and slow. 2 more. And 1 more. Try not to let the right hip drop. When you're ready, place that foot back on the mat, onto the left side. Don't let the left hip drop. Exhale, take up. Nice and slow. So just go to your range of movement. Nice straight movements. 2 more. Relax the shoulders. Try not to take any tension in the neck. We've got 1 more. Remember, don't forget about that core. Keep that core engaged. When you're ready, bring that foot back in. We've got last exercise. We're going to take the leg diagonally so the thighs are in line. We're going to be taking the leg out laterally to the side. Now just working your range of movement. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, take that out, slow, keep control of the body. Exhale, bring that in. The body's going to want to fall to the right, but we're going to use that core. Inhale, exhale, pull back in. We've got 2 more. Inhale out. Exhale back in. Try not let the body fall to the right. 1 more. So it's only a small range of movement. Place that foot back down. Last one onto the left. So the leg, the thighs are in line. We're going to inhale, take out. Only go to where you feel comfortable. Don't let it unbalance the body. Exhale back in. 3 more. Core strong. 2 more. Try and keep the rest of the body nice and still. Last one. Place the foot down. Now slowly come back out of that bridge. So rotate the pelvis, get the rib cage down, small of the back, unfold. And let's just do 1 nice long stretch through the body. Inhale. Slowly release the exhale. Engage the core, rotate the pelvis, bring the knees up to the chest and just loosen through that lower back. So slightly hugging in the knees. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale and slowly release the exhale. Well done. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves up to a seated position. So from here, we're going to squeeze the knees in, we're going to use the momentum, and we're going to rock ourselves up to the seated position. Challenge yourself by not letting your feet touch the mat first of all. Inhale, exhale, propel up, push through the chest, holding that balance. And then when you're ready, placing the feet down. Give a little stretch through the spine. And now we're going to bring ourselves over so we are facing the mat on our bellies. So swivel that round nice and slowly, bringing yourself down and finding a comfortable position on the mat. So I'm just going to place my forehead on my hands. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my knees slightly out to the side, bringing my feet together, and we're going to do some diamond reverse squeezes. So our feet are in like a diamond shape, and we're going to try and push the feet together and up. So we're really going to be engaging through the hamstrings and the glutes and the lower back. Just working in a small range of movement until you feel more comfortable with how much you can push the exercise. Relax the shoulders. We're going to do 8 repetitions of this. Inhale, exhale. We're going to squeeze the bottom, lifting the feet up. And inhale, relax the shoulders, bring that back down. So you're going to feel a lot of pressure on that front pubic bone. Off we go again. Inhale, exhale, squeeze up. All the way to the end of the breath. Inhale, bring that down. That's 2. Relax the shoulders. 6 more. Squeeze up. All the way to the end of the breath. Bring that back down. And again, exhale up. Relax the shoulders. We've got 4 more. Squeeze the glutes. Keeping the feet together. Exhale up. We've got 2 more. And again, making sure that you feel like you're working evenly. Exhale up so that you're not feeling the tension too much on one side of the back than the other. Exhale up, squeeze. And when you're ready, bring that down and just straighten through the legs. Just take a moment, relax the shoulders. Inhale. And slowly release the exhale. Okay, so the next exercise is we're going to work on some flexibility through the back. And obviously one of the exercises or stretches that we do in our stretch routine is the cobra and sphinx, as what they're called in the yoga stretches. But we're going to sort of do that as a bit more of a repetition and trying to sort of increase the flexibility in our back. But not just yet that, it's also working on strengthening the back, trying to bring the shoulders back and improve our posture. Now there's 2 positions of this. We can either coming up or keeping our elbows close, so we'll be coming up into the sphinx position. So that's where our elbows are below our shoulders. We're using the exhale to bring that up and inhale down. So we do that a couple of times. And if you're quite happy staying there, that's absolutely fine. Or if you do then want to push that a little bit further, but it's only if you feel comfortable, the hands become under the shoulders and you pushing up just to where you feel comfortable. You're allowing the hips to drop down to the mat, relax the shoulders and draw the shoulders back. So we'll just go through that in a slower way with a few more repetitions. Starting off with our elbows in close, hands in front. Inhale, keeping the spine nice and straight, keeping your eyesight down onto the mat. Exhale, lifting the chest up. And you can have a little wriggle around to get the right position where your elbows should be. And then we're going to inhale, bring that back down. Keep that going. Exhale. Lift up, squeezing in the glutes behind you, so we're supporting all the way through the back, keeping the legs nice and straight. Inhale, bring that down, and we've got 3 more. Exhale, come up. And up the top, just squeezing through the glutes, straightening through the legs, and then inhale, bring that down. Couple more. Exhale, up. Draw the shoulders back. Try and stretch through the spine. And inhale. Take that down. 1 more. Exhale, up. Using that breath, draw the shoulders back. And inhale, bring that down. Now, if you want to rest there, that's fine. If you want to do a couple more of them repetitions, then do so. Or if you want to progress that further to the cobra, the hands come up close underneath your shoulders. And when we're ready, we do the same movement, but we're trying to bring that up a little bit further. We inhale and we exhale, pushing the chest up, continue straightening up through the arms. Allow the hips to sink. It's quite a bit of a curve through the lower back. So just stay there for as long as you feel comfortable. Draw the shoulders back, and when you're ready, bring that back down. So nice and slowly. And if you want, we'll do that a couple more times. So exhale. You don't have to make it all the way up to the top. If you feel like just keeping it halfway, that's fine. If you feel like you can push it a bit further, use the exhale. And then we inhale, bring that back down. So taking the weight in the arms, squeeze the glutes as well. Exhale, taking it up to the top. Draw the shoulders back. And inhale. Bring that back down. Well done. So now, bring the elbows in close. We're going to lift the hips up and we're going to bring the bottom back to the heels and just stretch that lower spine out. So engage the core because we're lifting up. Go slowly, because now we're going to ask the back to turn the opposite way. So ever so slowly, walk it back, widen the knees slightly. Trying to bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale, and just slowly release the exhale, loosening up through the back. Well done. And then we'll finish off with the last exercise. So when you feel ready, bring yourself up. So slowly, slowly, bring yourself up to a standing position, but we're going to be using our block this time. So whether, I'm going to move my mat slightly out the way. So I'm on a bit of a hard surface, even though my block is rather wobbly. I'm going to turn my block to the front. Oh, actually, I'm going to turn it that way. I'm going to turn diagonally so you can sort of see diagonally with this exercise. Now, the reason why I want to come up onto a block is because I want to try and keep my pelvis level. Now, if I was to do this on the floor, for me to be able to move this leg around, I've got to lift that hip. Now, I want to try and keep my hips level and not be tweaking that hip up. So even on a book, I put just a little book, it's just a bit, so we can get that leg from side to side. But we have the invention of a yoga block. These are rather spongy, I must admit. So it's going to add to the stability of this exercise. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking the leg out to the side, and the range of movement is just what that leg can do and what that joint can do. We don't want to be cooking the body over to try and get more range of movement. We want to try and keep this body nice and straight, and it's just going to be the range of movement in that leg. So we're going to go out to the side, and then we're also going to go backwards on this as well. We're going to lock through the leg, so no bent legs, no loose legs. We're going to lock through that leg, We're going to try and keep these pelvis nice and level as we do. So we're all balancing. Relax the shoulders. Starting off nice and slow, it's about balance. We're going to exhale. Take that leg out. Inhale, bring that back in. We'll do 3 more. Exhale out. Hold the balance. Inhale back in. So I think it's more about the stability as well in that supporting leg on that yoga block, which is rather spongy. Exhale, take out. Core nice and strong. Keep your focus. Relax the shoulders. Now we're going backwards. Exhale. We're not letting the upper body tilt forward. Inhale back. Working with your breath. Keep that pelvis nice and level. Exhale, take out. Focus on a spot somewhere to keep your balance. We've got 2 more. Squeezing in that glute behind. 1 more. And when you're ready, bring that down. Give that supporting leg. Woo! That was a bit painful. So, well done. Okay, so the importance that we was trying to focus on is keeping that pelvis level, keeping the upper body nice and still. So on to the other side. Maybe a book would have been easier because it wouldn't be so spongy, but we like a little bit more of an extra challenge. So starting off, as I say, really focusing on keeping that pelvis nice and level. So we're going to push through the leg, lock that leg nice and strong. We're going to inhale out to the side, exhale, don't let the rest of the body move, and inhale back. It's an ever such a slow, controlled movement. 2, really using that core, keep it strong because that will help you keep stable. And we've got 1 more. Exhale out to the side. And now we're going backwards. We're not letting the upper body tilt forward. Squeeze the glute behind. Inhale forward. And again, work with your breath. Core strong. Really squeeze that glute behind. Don't let the pelvis drop. We've got 1 more. Relax the shoulders. And when you're ready, bring that down. Give the leg a little shake. Well done. Okay, so it's just a little exercise that can be progressed on. So the more repetitions, the longer you're holding that position, the stronger that supporting leg is going to become. You can even add on some pulses at the end of that. But ultimately, it's about keeping that upper body nice and straight and still and keeping the pelvis level. So let's finish off with going through our stretches. Grab a quick drink if you need, and then join me back down here in our starting position. So starting at the bottom end of your mat. So when you do lay down, your head is not going to be off the mat. Feet nice and flat. Remember about the stability in our feet, and so even pressure on the soles of our feet or the balls of our feet starting up, and then that obviously goes through to our heels. Placing the hands on the front of the knees or shins. We're going to ease the chest forward. We're going to elongate the spine. Draw the shoulders back. Take a nice deep inhale. Stretch through the body, and then exhale. Start to bring that belly in, curling through the back, allowing yourself to come down to the mat nice and evenly. And then when you're ready, folding out along the mat, have a little wiggle, trying to make as much surface area across the shoulders. Bring the feet in nice and close to the bottom. We're going to allow the knees to come out to the side. Soles of the feet together, but I want you to pay attention to your pelvis that we've not created too much of an arch in the back. We can rotate that pelvis slightly, engaging in the core. And let's just work through our breathing to manipulate them stretches and relax the body. So relax the shoulders, hands on the inside of the thighs. We're going to inhale, exhale, body goes heavy. And again, nicely inhale. And use that exhale to deflate the body. We're going to try and use the hands just to ease those knees a little bit wider. Just make sure you've not got too much of an arch in that lower back. Relax the shoulders. And when you're ready, engage the core. We're lifting up the knees. We're bringing the knees up towards the chest. And we're going to slightly squeeze those knees into the chest. We're going to use that exhale. Relax the body. And then we're going to inhale, allow the knees to come out slightly. And a couple more times. So exhale, squeeze the knees in. The back of the pelvis is slightly coming off the mat. You're stretching through that lower back. Draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale, release out. One more time. Exhale, squeeze. And when you're ready, we're going to open up the knees. Reach through to the ankles. We're going to take the feet up towards the ceiling. Try and use your elbows on the inside of your knees. We're going to try and widen the knees, and the knees are trying to head down towards the floor. So we're really opening up the hips. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Use that exhale to deflate the body. Go heavy. One more. Now keep the core nice and strong. We're going to hold on to the big toes, or you can hold on to the back of the calves. We're going to try and straighten through the legs, relax the shoulders. Inhale. Slowly release the exhale. And I want you to just test that you're on the middle part of your back. So we can slightly rock over to the right and rock over to the left. And I want you to find that middle part of your back. So slightly massaging the back in this position and keeping the core nice and strong. When you're ready, bend the knees, bring the feet back down to the floor. We're going to shift our hips over to the left. We're going to roll over on our right hip. Keep the knees carrying on round. And then that left knee makes it to the floor. Use the right hand on that knee to ease it over. We're going to slightly look over the left shoulder. Open up the left arm behind us. Inhale. Slowly release the exhale. So a big rotation through the spine. If you can, try and find that foot behind you just to increase that stretch. So open up the shoulder. It doesn't matter if you can't. Just staying in that position, keep the shoulder open. And then when you're ready, release. We're going to bring the knees together, keep the core strong, rolling over onto our back. We're just going to lift the hips, align the spine, give a little bit of a wiggle, find that centre. Hips over to the right, rolling over onto our left. Keep rolling over until the right knee finds the floor. We can use the left hand to just bring that knee over. If you can, find that foot behind you. That's fine. If not, doesn't matter. So looking over that right shoulder, big rotation. Inhale. Exhale, go heavy. Really breathing into that stretch. And one more. Well done. And bring the knees back together. Use the core to lift the knees back over. Align the spine, bring the hips back in. Have a little wriggle. Engage the core, bring the knees up. We're going to cross the ankles and we're going to rock ourselves up to the seated position. Just challenge yourself by keeping the feet off for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, propel. Push the chest forward. Hold the balance. And then when you're ready, bring the feet down. We're going to do right knee out to the side, left knee pointing up. Now let's bring the weight back down into that hip. So have a little wriggle, use the hand behind you. Try and ease the chest forward. We're going to be rotating the shoulders round to the left, or we use the hand on the knee, or if we can, bring the arm to the other side to try and increase that rotation through the spine. Sit up nice and tall, elongate the spine, draw the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, let the body go heavy. And when you're ready, release that stretch. Swap the legs around. Right knee pointing up, left knee pointing out. Use the hand behind you, bring the weight back down into that hip. Push the chest forward, rotate the shoulders round. Either use the hand on the knee, or if you can, get that arm across. Sit up nice and tall, draw the shoulders back, elongate the spine. Inhale. And slowly release the exhale. Body goes nice and heavy. And when you're ready, release. We're going to swivel ourselves around onto our knees. We're going to try and keep our bottom on our heels. We're going to open up the knees nice and wide. Try and keep the back straight, but we're going to pivot at the hip. We're going to walk our hands out, lowering ourselves down. Bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale. Relax the shoulders. Exhale. Body goes heavy. One more. Relaxing through the back. When you're ready, walk the hands back in. Lifting the chest up. Bring the knees into hip width apart. Coming up onto all fours. We're going to bring the hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Draw the shoulders back. Allow the belly to come down to the floor. Turn the tailbone up. Looking up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly up, reverse the movement, tuck the tailbone under, draw the shoulder blades apart. And again, inhale, belly comes down, tailbone up, shoulders back, looking up to the ceiling. One more time, exhale, pull the belly up, tuck the tailbone, draw the shoulder blades apart. When you're ready, we're finding neutral, so that halfway point. And then we're going to bring the right hand into the centre. The left hand is coming up into the air. We'll open up the chest. Eyes follow the hand. Inhale. Exhale. Thread that through. Bring the shoulder down. And then we're going to stretch the right arm along the mat. And if you want a little bit more stretch in that shoulder, we're going to roll onto the thumb, onto the back of our hand. Take a nice deep inhale. Slowly release the exhale. And when you're ready, roll that hand back over. Draw the hand in, lift up the shoulders. Place the left hand into the centre, right hand up. Eyes follow the hand. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, thread that through. Bring the shoulder down. Stretch the left arm along the mat. And fold, rolling over onto the thumb. Bring the palm facing up. So inhale. Slowly release the exhale. And then when you're ready, roll the hand back. Draw the hand in. Lift the shoulders up. Now we're going to bring in the left foot in between our hands. So inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale. Lift the foot through. If it doesn't quite go there, you can pick and put. Draw the shoulders back. We're going to lean into that knee. And then when we're ready, we're going to circle the right hand up and over to find our thigh behind us. Then followed by our left hand, and our eyes are going to follow that hand. So inhale. We're going to use this hamstring. We're going to exhale, push into the heel. Right hand is coming up and over. Find the thigh behind you. Now the left hand comes up reaching up to the ceiling, eyes follow that hand, slightly leaning in those hips to create a little arch in the back. Inhale at the top. Now exhale, reverse them circles back round, placing the hands back down. Hips come back, straightening through that leg. Lift the toe, embed the heel into the mat, draw the shoulders back and try and ease that hip back. Inhale. And now exhale, take that foot out to the right side. Ever so carefully, supporting yourself with your hands, lower yourself down onto that knee. Don't force the movement, but slide the leg back so we're deepening in that hip. Relax the shoulders. Now if you can, fold it forward. Inhale. And really exhale into that hip. So body goes heavy. Relax the shoulders, deflate the body on that exhale. One more. And again, breathing into that hip. When you're ready, bringing your hands in, lifting the chest up, supporting yourself in your hands, draw your leg in behind. Might have to bring your hands forward a little bit. Now take that foot back out. All again on the other side. So bring that right foot forward, leaning into that knee, draw the shoulders back. Now we're going to circle over with the left hand to the thigh, and then our eyes are going to follow the right. So when we're ready, inhale, exhale, circle that arm back, find the thigh, right hand up, eyes follow the hand, hips are slightly going forward to create an arch. Inhale at the top. Exhale, reverse them circles back round to the other side of the foot. Now take the hips back, stretch the leg through, lift the toe, embed the heel and slightly ease that hip. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale. On the exhale, bring that foot out to the left side. Support yourself in your hands. Lower yourself down onto that knee. Don't force it. Slide the leg back. Go deeper in that hip and then fold it forward. Bring the forehead down. Really use that exhale now. Inhale. Relax the shoulders. Exhale. Heavy in that hip. One more. And when you're ready, bring the hands in, lifting the chest up. We're going to support ourselves, but draw that leg in behind us. Just replace the hands forward a bit. Bring the foot out. We're going to engage the core, turn the toes back. We're coming up into our downward dog. Inhale, exhale, lift. Paddle the feet in. We're just going to bend from either side, rocking through our heels and our hips, just to try and ease the heels down. And we're going to try and use our hands to push away, drawing the weight back down into the heels, and then we're going to turn the tailbone up. So really feel that stretch in the hamstring. From here, walk it out to a plank. And then we're going to allow the hips to come down, feet sliding out, bending in the elbows, slowly lower that down. When you're ready, either up into cobra or sphinx. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, exhale, lifting the chest up, looking up to the ceiling. Relax through the hips, draw the shoulders back. Inhale at the top. Exhale, bring that down. Inhale, turn the toes back. We're engaging through the core. We're lifting back up to the plank. You can go on your knees if you want. Exhale, lift up to the plank. Bring the hips back. Walk it back into the downward dog. Paddle, paddle, paddle through the heels, trying to bring the heels back down. Push the hands away. Turn the tailbone up. And from here, we're going to step the left foot forward in between our hands. Inhale, exhale, big step through, draw the shoulders back. Find the balance, find your supporting feet, draw the shoulders back. We're going to use the hamstring. We're going to be lifting the chest up. We're reaching up to the ceiling. We're going to try and keep these hips nice and low, draw the shoulders back. So we inhale, exhale, push through that heel, find your balance. The arms are coming up into the air. We're going to try and sit deep in those hips. We inhale at the top, reach, we exhale, we fold that back down, hands come down. Now swap the feet around, left foot back, right foot forward. Draw the shoulders back, find your balance. We're going up again, so use this hamstring. So inhale, exhale, push into the heel, arms come up, reach up to the ceiling, keep the hips low. Inhale at the top. Exhale, fold that back down. Step through, left foot forward. We're going to wiggle the feet out to the side so the toes are coming off the mat and the heels are on the mat. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. The bottom's going to come down and your knees are going to go in the same direction as your toes. Taking on a deep squat, elbows into the side of the knees. Prayer with your hands, draw the shoulders back, looking up to the ceiling. Take a nice deep inhale, ease the chest forward. When you're ready, hands come down. Exhale, bring that bottom back up. Feet coming to hip width apart. We're going to try and keep the back nice and straight. Draw the shoulders back, but we're going to use the hands just on the back of the legs just to ease that forward. But keep the shoulders back. And then when you're ready, allow the arms to hang, holding onto the elbows. We're going to exhale, coming round to the sides and stretch the side and the hamstring. Inhale back to centre. And now onto the other side. Round, stretch it out. Back to centre. Slowly coming up with the shoulders. Rolling the shoulders at the end. Lifting the head. Open up the arms, coming up onto tiptoes. Inhale at the top. Hold the balance. Core nice and strong. And when you're ready, exhale, bring that down. Give yourself a big clap. Well done.